what tagine is, right?
I think it's the dish that is cooked in, right?
It's the earthenware pot actually that is cooked in. And how they do it is they make a base of onions and they put surrounded vegetables, a layer of vegetables, potato, tomato, carrots. It's lamb, it's beef, it's chicken, whatever you want. Cover it with vegetables again, add water, salt, spices, and they keep cooking. Basically what happens is all the flavors of everything get mixed together and you get this awesome dish and this great salad to go with it.
And we're having this North African Berber dish at a roadside dhaba. So it's lovely to be sitting here at the foot of the Atlas Mountains. And now after a meal, we're going to go and climb over the Tizi and Test Pass, which is apparently one of the most difficult and dangerous passes in all of Morocco.
Splendid, Aziz. Thank you.
Need some sugar.
Need some sugar. Okay, so that's how much they put in the tea here.
No! After a heavy lunch and lots of good music, we're now ready to go up the Tizi and Test Pass. Now the road starts on a nice wide road with smooth flowing corners. Actually a very nice place to test the GLA's handling. It's a nice small compact car and it takes those roads with aplomb. This is a front wheel drive SUV, but there's great grip from the front end. The engine is responsive and the twin clutch gearbox, it helps keep the engine on the boil, keep it pushing and moving hard on these windy roads. After some 20-30 kilometers, the road narrows down to the road that you see now. It's bumpy, the surface is not too great, and it is quite narrow. So if there's an oncoming car, you have to get off the road. But that's another benefit of having an SUV. You can go off the road without a problem. And of course, we have our hand of Fatima to take care of us and keep us safe as we go up the Tizi and Test Pass. It's 10.5 degrees, that's what the GLA is saying, and we are at the top of the Tizian Test Pass. This is at 2,100 meters, which is not very high, and it wasn't very treacherous, was it?
Not really. Khardunglal murdered it, and Zozilal have it for breakfast.
Seriously, it's just narrow, so you just have to be careful, but then the Moroccans actually drive quite well, and over here they weren't even driving on the highway. Actually, we've been doing too much of night driving, haven't we?
I think so, a little bit too much.
Too much of stopping for food and music.
Yeah.
So the lights of Tarudant are behind me, you cannot see it, but we've started to enter the province of Tarudant. In the earlier days, this was a complete walled city, so you couldn't get in the night. But now, with tourism, with everything, it'll all be open.
I think we can drive in at night.
Yeah, and I'm hungry now. So
I'm hungry too.
we should head.
You're feeling cold though?
I am feeling cold.
No, let's get back.
Let's go.
It's got so much, this place. I mean, it's got the infinite sands of the Sahara. It's got the vast expanse of the Atlantic on my right. It's got huge skies. It's got awesome clouds. It's got fantastic food. I'm trying to think of a better place that that has offered so much in a very few days. I can't think of one. Morocco it is.
There's no time for complaints. This is mine, and there's nothing missing.
We've crossed the Straits of Gibraltar, we've seen the Mediterranean, we've crossed the Atlas Mountains, and now we are on the Atlantic coast. And we've come to the city of Gulmine, which is important because this is the capital of the southern province of Morocco. This is where the Paris-Dakar route ran for many a year, and this is the gateway to the desert.
Now, my memory is a bit fuzzy on this, but parts of the rally. I mean, in 2002, it ran from Algeciras to Tangier. In 1993, it ran from Tangier to Fez. And in 2004, I think, it ran from Tangier to Arakidia. This bit, however, this Guelmim, in 2008, the rally was supposed to run through here, but it got cancelled because of violence in Mauritania. Some say that on a quiet day, if you listen carefully, you can hear the ghosts of the old rally cars pass by. You hear that?
Our GLA has now clocked 16,000 kilometers, and over that time, it has done 13 countries. Morocco is the 14th, and now we're heading to Western Sahara, which will be the 15th country, technically speaking. But actually, Western Sahara is under administration of Morocco. Over here, they call it the Moroccan Sahara. They don't like to refer to it as the Western Sahara. And the story goes that in 75, back then, Western Sahara was under Spanish occupation. Actually, before that, Morocco was under French occupation. So the Spaniards, they were planning on leaving. It was sort of like in between. And the King Hussein II, he played his cards very well. What he did was a very peaceful takeover of Western Sahara. He sent 350,000 civilians, Moroccan civilians, into the border, into Western Sahara, loaded with food, clothes, and welcomed the people of Western Sahara into Morocco. And that's how Western Sahara became a part of Morocco's territory.
Why are we stopping here?
It's a desert oasis. Why do people stop in the oasis in the desert?
Good question. What is that?
What's that? Oh heavens, that's an 80s Land Rover from Born Free. They still use this in the Sahara Desert. Where's Ouseph? Ouseph?
Land Rover. Elsa, shall we go?
Right, let's go. Doors up. It's unbelievable how many of these ancient Land Rovers are still running in the Sahara. It's like all the Land Rovers came to rest here in the Sahara, and that's because it's absolutely simple. There is nothing to go wrong. What can go wrong with this?
These things are really simple in bouncing. They're very simple. They got just a ladder frame chassis, simple aluminium body.
It was made just after the World War and it was made for military purposes. It was made out of aluminum, that's why it does not rust.
In fact, the shape is so boxy because in those days when they made the car, they didn't have the techniques to bash it into complex curves.
This also is not the original color. It was made in military green.
Simple 4-cylinder diesel engine, clutch, throttle, brake, mechanical gear shift. It's lovely. In the Mercedes we're driving, you just push all the buttons. It's technically superior that way. It just does everything for you. With these things, you got to learn how to drive them. You got to learn how to get them to work with you. And that's why I love this car.
You either find camels going to the oasis or you find Land Rovers going to the oasis.
The scene right from Born Free. As you can see, I got Elsa in the back growling away.
But one thing is there, this thing does not have any suspension whatsoever. I don't know what's happening with Ouseph inside it.
I can't tell you what this feels like. It's so cool. Mwah. Come on, Nandi, come on, you can do it. No! Yeah! Driving an old four-wheel drive Land Rover in Africa. One more thing off my bucket list.